Hello, my name's Eleanor and today I'm going to be giving you my top 3 exam tips for A-level English language. Whilst my exam board is Edexcel, I'm sure that these tips will be able to be applicable to the other exam boards as well. So first off, tip number 1, thorough revision. I say it's really good to do lots of writing, so doing flashcards, writing out in a A4 book or anything, like important things. This is proven to be a better form of revising, like even mind maps and things. Makes it a much more natural experience when it comes to the exam, because it'll all just come flowing out of the pen because you've written it all down before. Use colours. Now, a lot of people say this is a very typically girly thing, but I really recommend it. It's proven to help stimulate the brain, makes revision more exciting. So you could, for example, write keywords in blue against with black pen as the main text. This makes the blue keywords stand out. So when you look back at the flashcard or mind map or whatever, those keywords are there highlighted out already for you. Another thing is to do quizzes and use those online resources. It makes revision a bit more different, but do be careful. Do not rely heavily on these, because I have seen ones that are actually unfinished or don't contain everything. So make sure you're reading your revision guides and your class notes and taking notes from these as well. Do the quizzes just to sort of spice it up a little bit. I found some resources on the Student Room, Go Conquer and Get Revising. I have accounts on Go Conquer and the Student Room, which I will put a link for down below. They're also on my profile. So do go and check out my resources. Hopefully they're good and useful, because I try and make them for myself as much as for anyone else, because I really want to revise properly. I find that making resources as well really tests my knowledge, because I'm having to rephrase it into a question if I'm making a quiz or something, and really try and define my keywords. So tip number 2 is apply your knowledge. I do this all the time. I sound like an absolute nerd, but who cares? Constantly apply your knowledge to real life situations. If you spot someone, like your mum, keep using a certain tag question, or applying convergence or divergence or whatever you're spotting her doing, or anyone, really say, oh, you're doing this. It really helps enhance your understanding and make sure you're constantly referring back to that information that you have in your brain. Keeps those neurons and synapses and whatever healthy. And also take the time to explain things to other people. Have like a group chat in your class where people can help solve people's problems. This I really recommend. I have it in my classes as well. It's really helpful. And it's proven that teaching others really challenges your own understanding, so you're having to explain things in different ways to help people understand, and it really makes sure that you do have that understanding, because then you can explain it to everyone else. And my final tip is do extra reading. So yeah, you're an English student, so you need to read. Not only will this help your writing style, because you'll be able to write in different styles and different techniques. You'll learn lots more words, really expands your knowledge. When you're reading the book, get a highlighter, highlight important things. Again, with colours, it makes it more interesting. I know some people don't want to ruin their books because they're so beautiful, clean. But I have found that highlighting really helps me, because when I open the book I can see, oh yes, this is the bits that's really important to remember. This book is the absolute most amazing book ever. I have a copy of this, as well as just the Cambridge Encyclopedia of Language. It's just so helpful to read because it goes into real depth, but it's also really interesting to read because it's written in a really easy to read style. So I do recommend that book, although it's quite expensive. So perhaps borrow it from your library or something. Another thing that's good to do is to listen to podcasts. For example, Word of Mouth on BBC Radio 4. So get a podcast app on your phone and listen to podcasts related to your subject on the way to school, anywhere really, when you're just relaxing. Really immerse yourself in your subject, really. Watch YouTube videos. I mean, you're watching my video now, so thank you. But this helps to make it interesting to read. If you're not one of those people who can read for a long period of time and don't enjoy it, then perhaps watch and listen to podcasts. And make sure you have that notebook beside you so you can write down really interesting things or anything that's really helpful to you in your revision. And also explore things that interest you. If your teacher is telling you about this theory or this process and you think, oh, why do we do that? Really explore it, because this will help you keep an interest in your subject and make it really exciting. Another thing that all these extra reading will help you if you're in year 12 in writing your personal statement, or even if you're in year 13 and haven't applied to university yet, you will be such a more rounded person having read all this, and you can put it in your personal statement and in job applications if it's applicable, and it just makes you much more knowledgeable about your subject. If you know other things, you might even be able to relate it in the exam. TED Talks are things I really recommend for listening and watching. They're really interesting. If you go to TED.com/playlists and then browse by topic up here, and then you can search for the topic language, then there's all these playlists that come up, and you can go through and watch the videos that really interest you. You don't have to watch things about language, you can watch about anything that interests you. So this also applies to other subjects other than English language. And it just makes you a more interesting person, I think. A real nerd, but who cares? So I wish you all the best for your exams. They're all about you showing off all that you've learnt, how much you love your subject, which is why you're doing the subject in the first place, hopefully. So make sure you really enjoy your exam as well as the revision. Make revision enjoyable because, you know, in my opinion, English language is absolutely the most amazing subject. So do show off your passion for the subject. Work really hard. Don't overwork yourself, obviously, because otherwise you'll have a breakdown. But do your best so that you can be proud of yourself come results day, knowing that you have done your best. And you can say, look what I got, instead of, I don't really want to tell you what I actually got in my exam. It's just such a satisfying feeling knowing that you have done your best and you're really proud of yourself. It doesn't matter what the grade is, as long as it is the very best that you can do. So, as I said, best wishes, have fun, and I will see you in another video. Bye!